When I was in 5th grade, I had a teacher named Mrs. Rasher who influenced me in becoming a teacher. The transition from elementary to middle school was a big change for students, including myself. From the first day of 5th grade, Mrs. Rasher welcomed us with open arms and was the most caring and fun teacher I'd ever had. It only took a few weeks for our whole class to become friends, and by the end of the year we were basically a family. She always went above and beyond to make sure we were having fun and constantly smiling. Her motto was, "Always smile." Her caring and loving attitude towards our class made us, as students, feel much better about being in a new school. Students she had in previous years would always come in and visit her, and she would give them a Jolly Rancher and talk to them no matter what time of the day it was. She inspired me to become a teacher because I have always wanted to be as thoughtful as she was and make learning fun for students as she did for me. Since I was interested in working with children, during my freshman year of high school, I worked as a CIT, which is a counselor in training at the YJCC in my neighboring town. Being a counselor in training, I watched how my older counselors dealt with certain situations with the 5-year-old girls we were in charge of. My older counselors inspired and reassured me that I definitely wanted to work with children and become a counselor myself one day, which holds some of the same responsibilities of a teacher. During my sophomore year of high school, I started babysitting for my neighbors and other family friends and realized I loved being with children, which made my decision on pursuing a career as an elementary school teacher. At the end of my sophomore year of high school, I worked at my town camp for the first summer and have continued to do so for the past 3 summers. Working with children as a camp counselor allowed me to interact with them as well as having established positive relationships with my co-counselors. Since I was head counselor for the past 2 years, it allowed me to experience what it would be like being the main authority figure, which I would be as a teacher. Another experience that allowed me to work with children was a class I took senior year in high school called Family Living. This class was considered the children's preschool, and each student taking the class would get assigned a child ranging from age 3 to 5 years old. During this class period, we would engage in different activities with our assigned child and watch their progress throughout the year by doing observation reports. In our assigned groups, we would have to be the teacher about every 3 weeks and then keep rotating until the end of the year. As a teacher, your job was to teach the activity to the students in your group and make sure they understood it. This allowed me to have some experience being a teacher to a small group of young children. At the end of the year, each student had to write a paper about how their specific child developed throughout the year and the different skills that were taught to them.
Hello, my name is Susan. I'm Rachel's mom. I'm also a clinical social worker, and I've worked with children for many years. To answer the question of why Rachel would make a good teacher, I believe I'm in a position to understand what qualities would help make a good teacher, having worked with children. And I see Rachel as being one of those people who's very caring and concerned about children and loves them. I think she would be a really great role model. She had a great role model in 5th grade who inspired her to become a teacher. She had worked in a summer camp for about the past 4 summers, and with each year I saw her confidence increase and her ability to interact with the children increase. She has command of her group. Children come to her with their problems, and she tries to help them. I saw her deal with issues such as discipline, where there was bullying or fighting or inability to focus. And Rachel tried to handle those situations, and when she felt she couldn't, she would appropriately use supervision, which I think is really key. She uses positive methods of discipline and learning, and I think that, with each year she would grow and become just a wonderful teacher that children would open up to and want to learn from. I can't say enough about what I think of her as a person, as the values that she holds, and her openness and lack of judgment. I think all of these would contribute to her being a wonderful teacher in whatever grade she chooses.
So, why do I want to become a teacher? Sometimes we are fortunate enough to know what we want to do in life. What is a good fit? I believe that I am fortunate enough to know that I want to become a teacher. Relating well to younger children has been easy for me. Being able to teach young children and instill a love of learning is a goal and challenge I would welcome. I want to make a difference in the lives of students every chance I get. It must be a very rewarding feeling to see your students succeed in what you have taught them, in schoolwork and everyday life experiences. My love and respect for children has continued to grow since I was young, and I can't wait to be able to spend every day with young children who want to learn. Teachers put in a great deal of uncompensated time. Lesson plans, meetings with parents, and helping students before and after school are among the responsibilities faced by teachers. My organizational skills are excellent, and I am willing to meet the challenges in view of the rewards and gains of being a teacher. Additionally, I work well with others, which is important. It is necessary to be able to work with other teachers, aides, support staff, and the administration to know how to obtain what is needed to best help your students. It is also important to understand the different learning types of students. As educators, we must be willing to try different methods to get through to our students. This is one area, among others, where we must continue to be open to proceed with our own learning. Yes, they learn a lot from us, but children teach us things as well. Respecting students and learning positive methods of discipline is also essential. An example of this is to understand that a child should be disciplined privately as opposed to calling them out in class. As a teacher, I hope my students feel comfortable to express their feelings and respect and listen to others. I will do my best to create a welcoming learning environment for all of my students. I think creating a sense of community in the classroom is very important and hope that my class will be as my class was in 5th grade. Just as Mrs. Rasher was, I hope to be warm, enthusiastic, and caring to my students. I want my students to be able to come to me with any problems they may have, whether it be in school or personally. I want to be able to walk out of my classroom each day and know that I have made a difference in the lives of young children.